Yeah, just a little stuff on the Black and Black History Month, Um, it is not really about what we've been used to when we actually um, were celebrating, excuse me, so-called Black History Month in October here in Europe or in February in America. The real meaning of Black History Month goes way back to the beginning, the beginning of this world, the living being on this planet. That's what when we're dealing with Black History Month. It's got nothing to do with when we're really talking about in Black. Yeah, boy. Um, what we can do for now, so is to say, what we can do for now is to measure. I'll give you a tip on how we're gonna celebrate Black History Month because you're being calibrated in what there's people on the scene, so you need to see if you increasing birth every month. So you need to see how much life, how much kind of um, savings do you have every month. That's the Black History Month. Savings. What do you mean by savings? Like the calibration of life. You need to know how much of life is being calibrated. That's the reason why it's called Black History Month. It's going to do. It's more to do with that than the October, February, October in Europe and or maybe in England and February time, in America. Now, it has to do with the calibration of life, which means that you need to find out if you're part of those people that are actually working to increase lifespan on this planet every month. You could do it every month, you could do it every day. It's deep, so the kind of a spiritual practice, very economical. It's a dedication about the diligence that has to be put into it, what we call the calibration of life, the preservation of life. So that's what is meant by the Black History Month. It's more and more to do with that than the regular one that we kind of being familiar with. So these are stuff that has to be more in the circle, the close circle compared to what we so-called public. It used to be public knowledge, it used to be public knowledge. It still is to some certain extent. Now you're hearing it. So, some of us know in the ancient times, so you're probably hearing it now, or maybe you've heard it before. And if you heard it before, start putting work into it so that you can get to where you need to get to in this world, in this life, and your next life. Take advantage and work your way towards the historical foundation that has to do what is called blackness. This is deeper than the skin color. This is deep, deep. This is really deep. It has to do with breath. So how much of life, how much of calibration you have every month, how much of calibration that you have every day in your daily life. Yeah, remember, give us this day our daily bread. Black History Month. Ashe, Ashe. Wami comes home Agbanetala, Wami comes Haborisha, Homo Orisha University, Aboru Haboye, Aboye Boshishe Ishumari. Nature is life, life is eternity. Breath is life, breath is eternity. Ashe, 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 Ashe Ishumari.